Gilgaboo, Gilgaboo, Gilgaboo.
Gilgaboo the Jarrow as Fal Jarrow, gus Goll as Gaccan.
Manx Radio Weather with Manx Glass and Glazing.
And we'll say fast am I to David Kinley, and we'll start with the English weather.
God admired. Generally cloudy, so that's a bit cloudily, but dry for the rest of the day with light moderate northeast winds. Top temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, remaining cloudy overnight as the wind falls light. Minimum temperature 7 degrees. The outlook for the bank holiday Monday, dry with sunny spells developing in the afternoon, light to moderate northeasterly winds and a top temperature of 14 degrees. Tuesday, looking more moderate with a northerly wind and temperatures up to 13 degrees Celsius, and the sunset tonight 8:53 p.m.
Báideach san chud smú féin le man leis gia nya hui fés na mínach as an tempréle smú 5 Celsius jeg. Fós báideach fud na hí houdstan gia tudjum gus fés tempréle slú 6 Celsius an réit bia báideach sa tajach jilún na les bank ach bí tjerum le shallan grianach chitrish sanasta bí gia tui fés na mínach ón as an tempréle smú 4 Celsius jeg bí shallan grianach ón gemurt leis gia vianach chit vayan tui as an tempréle smú 3 Celsius jeg. Irina grenia kia minad as feed roche merach as laina grenia shak minad rosh nai jew.
If you're looking for supply-only double or triple glazed units, make sure you visit the Manx Glass and Glazing showroom on the Snugborough Trading Estate or call 674 573. Galas Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee. Proper news, even when the group chat's gone feral. Manx Radio.
Change had much to say, but man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. Chick that used to dance a lot, every night she'd be on the floor shaking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't wanna know, forget her. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town? You spread the word around. Friday night they'll be dressed to kill down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys wanna fight, you better let them. That jukebox in the corner blasting out my favorite song. The nights are getting warmer, it won't be long. belong till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again, the boys are back in town, boys are back in town. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. Spread the word around. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. The boys are back, the boys are back.
That seemed like an appropriate way to start the programme somehow.
Indeed.
The boys are back in town.
And by golly gock, we are.
And we are indeed, we are indeed.
And we've been everywhere else. I've been to Ramsey today.
Ramsey?
All the way to Royal Ramsey.
Good grief.
Yeah,
What were you doing all the way down there?
Football match, semi-final for the under-16s.
Yeah.
And it was getting pretty contentious on the touchline there because the real referee wasn't there, so it was let's say someone from Russian was refereeing it, and the home side weren't too happy with some of the decisions.
Right.
However,
You're not suggesting that...
the word biased was used, I must say, but it was rather strong.
Goodness me.
But all was good. The Spaniards came out on top, and they've made it through to the final. But well done to Rykop, because they did really, really well this morning. Had to go to extra time for the Spaniards to win it 3-1.
Wow.
But it was a better day than yesterday, because I spent, how long did I spend? Probably 7 hours at Douglas Rugby Club yesterday. Yeah. So, supporting the Nomads teams. And again, the under-16s, they got beaten in their final by Ramsey.
Right. So Ramsey can't be
well done to
complaining
Ramsey.
too much, can they?
And then the creme de la creme of the afternoon was the final between Douglas Celts and Nomads. And Douglas Celts took it quite handsomely, to be honest. I wouldn't say they were the better team. They were certainly the stronger team, but
right.
All the Spaniards went back with no silverware at all. However, as on the cartoon Simpsons, I always remember Homer Simpson saying about sport, it's not the winning that's important, it's how drunk you get afterwards. Which, of course, at Douglas Rugby Club, I believe it went on till about 7 o'clock before the coaches left. So well done to everyone. It was a great day out, and thank you to Douglas Rugby Club, because their hospitality was second to none.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to be talking about on the programme today?
We'll catch up on my Thalton building. We've got some produce, home produce in the studio, and I can assure head office here and security at Manx Radio at Douglas Head here, we will not be popping any jars of our produce, because they've curtailed our shenanigans with that sort of thing.
It's just Sunday, no one will know.
I think they would have been worried about the sliders on that really expensive desk.
Yeah.
Get the chutney out, and the jam, and the preserves, and the cake, and... Well,
I have to say, just...
We're certainly not having a Greek
taking
picnic.
the jar from you and putting it down on the table. My hands has got sticky.
Yes,
so,
we shall reveal what the produce is very soon. But that took all Friday night. Slightly longer than I anticipated.
Well, we will come to Thalton's, and we'll talk about a whole range of other things, including, of course, it's the May Eve customs. Now, somebody was saying to me, am I too late? That I think that, yes, they were saying, and I was going to bring some kern in for them, and I never did. Anyway, is it too late to put up a crash kern, or to make a crash kern? Well, I believe that the real magic works if you stick to the old style calendar. The new style calendar, I don't think, themselves, they wouldn't be bothering about changes in calendars or any of that, would they?
No.
They would be sticking to what they knew.
Absolutely.
So I think you've got till the 11th of May the 10th of May, I suppose.
We move with the planets, not Greenwich Mean Time.
Absolutely.
Greenwich Mean Time's a new conception.
It is.
Very new.
It is. So yes. So if you haven't made your crush cairn yet,
crack on.
I'll tell you all about how to do that, and you've got till the 10th. Put them up on the 10th of May, because that will be Old May Eve, I think, if my maths is right. I think it is, and then the proper fairy magic will work.
It may be summer, but I still can't spread my butter properly yet. It's coming too. It's coming too.
Coming. Oh well. Right, we're going to have a little bit of Fleetwood Mac next, and then we'll be hearing from Huraton with a wonderful version of the Manx tune Ushig Reg Rai. This is their tune Ushig. They're a band from Northern Ireland, Belfast, I think. So, yes, we'll start off with Fleetwood Mac, then we'll have some adverts, and then we'll get into Huraton and Ushig.
Guller's Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
I quite like those fellas. Huriton, and I liked them that much, I thought I would read up a little bit about them. Formed in 2023. Gosh, 3 years old. Huriton have created an original blend of Irish traditional music and electronica, earning them accolades such as the BBC introducing Northern Irish Artist of the Year 2025 and the 2024 Northern Irish Music Prize Live Act of the Year and the inaugural Áureann na Léach competition, which is wonderful. And through bold reinterpretations of at-risk Irish language songs, Huriton's self-titled debut album fulfills their mission to connect contemporary audiences with the oral singing tradition and native language of Ulster.
Mighty.
And they do it well. And a bit of Manx in there too.
Mighty. The Indersack.
Can't be bet.
No.
Right. What are you going to talk to us about?
I'm going to talk about the produce that I just brought in to you. And the produce that I've brought in, which we are not really taking the lid off, it will last a while. It is beetroot pickle. Pickled beetroot, but not just any old beetroot. It happens to be your beetroot.
It's Le Mode special.
Le Mode special.
It is. It's one of those things, beetroot. It's easy to grow.
It's not easy to cook.
It's very easy to grow. No, it's not easy at all to cook.
We'll compare times on that.
But this is a beautiful kind of a pinky purple kind of, I don't know, what would you call it?
Well, I've never made pickled beetroot before. And so I was going through various recipes and I got confused straight from the start. Do I use white wine vinegar? Do I just use white vinegar? Just usually malted vinegar. So, and if you use just the malted white vinegar, it's very strong and astringent. Yeah. And do I water it down? Some people do. Some people just put a splash in. So I met it in the middle. Then, how long does it take you to boil a beetroot through? I was looking at the guidelines, 40 minutes up to 60. An hour and a half.
Yeah,
hour and a half.
It depends how big the beetroot is.
Well, these are huge, weren't
yeah,
they? They were big beetroots, boys.
Big beetroot.
And they were hard as stone. I was thinking I could put these in a trebuchet and take down a castle wall with them.
Yes. Yeah, I've been promising myself now for about 2 months that I'm going to make some beetroot chutney. But I still haven't done it. I must do it before the beetroot and the red onions that I'm going to use have gone south.
Book yourself a couple of hours before you start doing the chutney, because that's how long it's going to take.
It takes time. Well, you see, anything that's worth doing takes time.
Well, I had the pickling vinegar. So I went for the white malt vinegar, splash of water, and I put some peppercorn in there, some bay leaf. And of course, you've got to heat it through. You don't boil it, just heat it through. Oh, by golly, yes, the fumes in the kitchen. I was blind.
Yes.
I was looking for a cure for blindness, but luckily I had half a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon sitting there, so that helped bring the vision back.
Yeah.
And,
but yes, if you've got any bugs in the house, any bed bugs or anything
all the
like
spiders'
that,
webs are gone. The lot.
It'll clear the lot. Yes, and clear your lungs too, which is a good thing. Yeah.
But you might say cunningly, I haven't. Not only have I not labelled that jar, but I haven't put the date on it as well. Mm-hmm. So I made 5 jars altogether out of that batch of beetroots. And I was thinking, do I want 5 jars of pickled beetroot at the back of the cupboard? And I was thinking, no, I'll keep 1 jar and I'll give 4 jars away to family and friends.
Yeah.
And then they can find that jar in a couple of years' time with no date on it and go, oh, was it 26, 24, 27? Do I risk it?
Well, I have discovered the hard way why you do need to put labels on.
You most definitely do.
Annie was very kind. She was making me breakfast in bed, a bit of toast and jam, and the jam that I'd been using we'd run out, so she would open a jar of jam. And
where's this going?
It was chutney.
Did it get spread anyway?
It did. Oh yes, and it was
that
brought
was a
up
surprise.
assuming that. So yeah,
another eye-watering breakfast.
Yes, yeah. I didn't go too far with it. I decided I'll get a piece of cheese and add that, and it was okay with a bit of cheese.
Absolutely. I just thought that pickled beetroot, I might just enter that into the Southern Show, and that'll be interesting. They'll know when they open it up. All the judges will go blind.
And the Manx for beetroot is beetus. I had to look that up because I've never used that word before. So, but beetus is beetroot. And pickled is, let's have a look. Piglet. So beetus piglet, or you could say salja, beetus salja. So that's brackish or briny, or beetroot. Or they've also got pickled as in drunk, scurrit. So yes, take your pick on those. But I would probably
take your pickle on this.
Yes, take your pickle. Beetus piglet. I like piglet. That sounds good. Piglet. Beetus piglet.
Well, let's hope the judges are pickled and they open that jar in the Southern Show.
If they're not,
I
at
might
the
get
start.
a podium finish this year. I got nothing last year.
Well, it's probably time to listen to a piece of music, and there's a piece of music that was in the playlist. This is Vanessa Williams. I'm not sure, was this the one I listened, because occasionally I'll listen through because I've no idea about most of the music that comes on. So I listened through, and I think this might be one that Simon used to call a Sunday smoothie toe.
Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I see the passion in your eyes. Sometimes it's all a big surprise. 'Cause there was a time when all I did was wish you'd tell me this
And we've saved the best to last with Vanessa Williams there. And we're late. Look at this now. What are you? It's all this talk about.
Yak.
Well, whatever it was. Yes.
Jovial business.
Joviality is not so good, is it? So we've missed the weather forecast. Let's play this.
Radio Vanille.
So that tells us that not only should we do the weather, but we also have the Manx track on its way. And it, well, Bajlach son and could smooth fine le man lesh Gian hui as first Bajlach fud na he be a Bajlach sa tajak jaloon and les bank ach be a chirum le shell and greenach chit rish sanasta be shell and greenach on jamurt. So yes, not looking too bad.
So it'll remain cloudy overnight and the winds will be falling light with a minimum temperature 7 degrees, not so bad for rabbits. And tomorrow for your bank holiday Monday, dry with sunny spells, but it's going to be cloudily yet again. And sunny intervals for Tuesday.
Well, as I say, I tend to listen to a little bit of each piece of music that we play so that I know what's coming. And I've gone for the Manx track for Smunyacht Mai because I think they're brilliant. And I just played the first 5 or 10 seconds of this. And this was on Friday, and I've been singing it ever since. That's
a good sign.
It is a good sign. So
We're
let's
a mighty
listen.
band as well.
I can't now remember what the name of the piece of music is, but it's the one that they entered the Arenson Man this January. And a cracking piece of music.
Galas Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
As liesta me chrier so Harish chin tainish As du sinnes dol so Ans a taure bevenre shin Trevan green go galas Ach nish se jaure voor as du in my storter. Strui nach Berlin is Strom vis me grede brug Straai nach valley kangert rum Berm sandig jou en tre Maar nach biri stem Maar nach higida blau Kunchun is show jujas ist Me vein Nacht wat varchten As me jou in a lie Foggen kendel jaren rie Ach maar een gevoer jaar De shade je truts na sleiten kraai ger mar a céir as dag I mislais John Roy nálta me graidín as lísta no chríar sú haris a chin taimir as dús hín is dod sú ans a taura a bhean sin brevan chríar cho galas ach nis sa jaura fúras dú tá mi gin ma storder.
So yes, so a rogation service. That's what
Do
I'm going to
explain.
be. I'm going to be reading a lesson at St Mark's, and rogation basically is a service where the congregation and the minister or the vicar or both process around the various points in St Mark's, and they stop and they'll sing a hymn, and there'll be a reading, and maybe a lesson, and then they'll move on a little bit further, and there'll be another hymn and another reading, and
So round the outside of the chapel.
but round the whole of St Mark's basically.
Well, don't forget to have a look at the sundial plinth and
Yes.
see what you think it is.
Yes.
It looks upside down to me.
I'll do that.
I don't know
I'll do
what's
that.
going on there. I do admire that very, very dry church spire as well, and go, my word, that looks dry.
Yeah, I will. I'll do both of those
Mighty
things.
bit of stonemasonry gone on there.
But maybe after I've done my reading, because I need to
Indeed.
focus. And so that's at 6:30 this evening at St Mark's. So yes, there's loads of things happening. And after all that talking, I think it's time for a dance.
See that girl
Well, that's ABBA with the Dancing Queen. That's the closest you're going to get to working up a bit of sweat, I think, in the first hour of the programme.
Well, you've got a few laps to do around St Mark's Church yet.
Well, yes.
You've got a good workout coming up.
I need to what do they call it? I need rest so that I'm prepared for this.
Count your steps, probably 10,000.
Absolutely. So we were talking, and I probably should have expanded a bit on this. Just before you mentioned about have a look out for the steeple.
Yes.
Tell us about that. This is at St Mark's.
I've just remembered now, but when we were doing the steeple, above the bell, the very peak of the steeple, the render was just fallen off. So we're saying, look, put another lift up. We've got to deal with this. And lo and behold, we took the cement off, and you could see the original shape of it underneath. And it's actually, I think it's six-sided. I think it's a six-sided steeple, yeah. So that we reinstated that, but it's hard to see the definition. If you're just driving by, you won't be able to see the definition. It's just the colour of the lime, etc. But under the bell, that's where the real work is. What we did, because it was just haunched up with this cement. And so we took all the cement off. The water had been getting under it for decades, and we did manage to date it by taking the cement off and finding the damp-proof membrane which was underneath, which was a blue ICI fertiliser sack, which is circa 75, would you say?
It's certainly the 70s, if my memory serves me.
Might go into the 80s, probably.
I remember it being. I remember those bags when I was very young on the farm. I don't remember them straying too far into me teenage years. So maybe it was just that first in the 70s sometime around.
Not only was the blue ICI fertiliser sack at that time deemed suitable for damp-proofing chapels, it was also really good for repairing windows on farms, wasn't it? All the barns always had blue windows.
Indeed.
It's cheaper than glass.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was one of the loveliest jobs I ever did with my good friend Patrick, and we were up there for quite some time. We plastered all the inside as well, and really pure lime putty. And it took a while, probably took about 10 months. We got there eventually, and what a delightful place to work. There's just a lovely atmosphere to that chapel.
So there's two reasons to go to St Mark's at 6:30 this evening. Actually, maybe if you go at 6:15, you can go and you can look at the steeple and
count how many sides it has,
and the sundial, and then go to the rogation service, which is going to be a tremendous.
And if you go inside, take a big deep breath and go, doesn't smell damp in here. Remarkable.
Yeah. Well, marvellous stuff. And then we were going to talk about pumpkins.
Pumpkins, because I was going to ask you. I already have actually, but do you grow pumpkins?
And I don't tend to.
And then the next question is, would you like 2 pumpkins to grow? Off which the answer is, yes, please, Kinley, that'd be delightful.
I would, yes, I would.
Well, I haven't brought them into the studio, but I'll drop them off this week.
I've still got a bit of dung left for the vegetables. So
well, lo and behold,
they like dung under them, don't they?
They do indeed. Yeah. I'm not too sure what to do with the pumpkins. Last time I grew them, I just let them go to compost. I wasn't too sure, but I know some people do really nice sort of cuminy cream type soups, which are absolutely delightful. But the reason
one thing you mustn't do with the pumpkin,
I know where you're going,
is take the easy man, the lazy man route.
Scam attack.
Hopchenay.
Not happening.
And no, that's not what they're for. They're fine for eating. And let's leave it at that.
Absolutely. No one's allowed past my gate on the 31st of October, one of those items.
No, I should think not.
But the reason I grow them is because of the huge leaf foliage that's on them. They cover quite an area under the ground. And my rabbits love it because it's a lovely little place for them to go, you know, in case, like a buzzard, or in our case down in Port Erin, the peacock arrives. And by God, the peacock's a big fella with his tail now.
Yeah.
He's 6 foot long, that thing. He's a mighty handsome chap.
Well, that's just about us for the first hour. Do you know what the Manx for pumpkin is?
No.
Pumpkin.
Have you got the Manx for peacock?
I haven't yet, but I'll find it.
Super.
Next, don't bring me down electric light
Galla's
orchestra.
Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
You got me running, going out of my mind. You got me thinking that I'm wasting my time. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. You wanna stay out with your fancy friends? I'm telling you, it's gotta be the end. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. 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 What happened to the girl I used to know? You let your mind out somewhere down the road. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. You're always talking about your crazy nights. One of these days you're gonna get it right. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. 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 You're looking good just like a snake in the grass. One of these days you're gonna break your glass. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down. You got me shaking, got me running away. You got me crawling up to you every day. Don't bring me down. No, 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 no. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down, 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 down. I'll tell you once more before I get off the floor. Don't bring me down.
Manx Radio Weather with Manx Glass and Glazing.
Well, be a bodgelach on could smooth fine le man lesh gia nya hui fast na menach as temperature's smooth queg Celsius jeg fos bodgelach fodna he hourstan here tudjum gus fast. Temperature slew shach Celsius and rate be a bodgelach sa tajak jaloon and less bank ach be a cherum les shall and greenach chit brish sanasta be gia tui fast na mianach on as an temperature smooth care Celsius jeg be shall and greenach on jamurt les gia vienach chit vayan tui as an temperele smooth 3 Celsius jeg. Irina grania, care minute feed roche merach, as line grania, shark minute roshnai Jew. So let's hear that all again in Pearl.
It's going to remain cloudy overnight and the wind will be falling back and the minimum temperature is 7 degrees. And your bank holiday Monday is going to be dry with sunny spells, but starting off a little cloudy. And then light to northerly winds, top temperature 14 degrees, sunny intervals on Tuesday, and the sunrise tomorrow will be 5:36 a.m.
Manx Glass and Glazing are proud to be celebrating 40 years serving the Isle of Man's glazing needs. Visit the showroom on the Snugborough Trading Estate. Galla's Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
Write it all out like a bird in the sky. Was write it all out like you were a bird. Fly it all out like an eagle in a sunbeam. Write it all out like you were a bird. Wear a tall hat like the druid in the old days. Wear a tall hat and a tattooed gown. Ride a white swan like the people of a Belgian. Wear your hair long, babe, you can't go wrong. Catch a bright star and place it on your forehead. Say a few spells and baby, there you go. Take a black cat and sit it on your shoulder. And in the morning you'll know all you know. Druid in the old days, wear a tall hat and a tattooed gown. Ride a white swan like the people of a Belgian. Wear your hair long, baby, can't go wrong.
Bit of T-Rex to open the hour, and that was Ride a White Swan. Well, before we go on to the Kane's place name, which I'm about to play, this weekend is this bank holiday weekend, no less. You've got the chance to win a 65-inch TV with Manx Radio and Waltons. From Saturday the 2nd to Monday the 4th of May, head to the Manx Radio Facebook page and identify the famous TV show in our pinned post. Then listen out on air for our window of opportunity. When you hear it, you'll have just 5 minutes to text your answer and full name to 166177. There'll be a window of opportunity in every show, so make sure you're listening across the weekend for your chance to win. Waltons are open on Saturday 9 till 5 and Monday 11 till 4 with bank holiday mega deals throughout Walton's electrical retail store. We'll reveal our lucky winner on Tuesday the 5th of May in the afternoon show. Don't miss your chance to win this bank holiday weekend with Waltons and Manx Radio. So get your answers flying in, and yes, the window of opportunity, it has opened. But what we now need to listen to is this.
And I'm sure I heard them saying it like that.
And that's nonsense. Never heard it like that at all.
Well, this'll have to be one of those for Kane's place name campaign, don't you think?
And if herself says it's time for something, there must be time for something.
I have one for you.
Yeah.
It's all to do with, it came from Umber production, actually. A little spot on the moorland of South Barrule. Now, let's see if I got this right. Fejag?
Yeah.
Cronk Fejag.
Cronk Fejag.
Fejag.
Yeah, or Fejag. Yeah,
Fedjag.
Yeah.
was
And Fejag in Manx is the word for a feather, but it can also, I believe, mean a plover. So,
Which is a bird if no one actually knows.
yes, a plover. Well, it depends. I mean, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sorts of plover. There's a Caspian plover, which would be featherg. It says here featherg, not fedjag. But featherg chaspach would be a Caspian plover. And then featherg or ojig reist would be a golden plover. Featherg glass would be a grey plover. Featherg chasrou would be a Kentish plover. And featherg kitlets would be Kitlitz's plover. And then there's the we should have been playing the Who. There's a Mongolian plover, featherg geni vongoliach. So there we are. Those are the plovers. And actually there's more. There's a white-tailed. There's so many different plovers. White-tailed plover. Featherg famine ben. Featherg famine ben. A plover with a white tail, basically. There is, what else? A ringed plover. Featherg enyit. And what else have we got here? We've got American golden plover. Ojig reist. The great sand plover. Featherg Henny Vua. Gosh, I didn't know there were so many plovers.
I think the ringed,
You've opened something up
absolutely.
here.
I think the ringed plover is probably the most common that we have here.
But anyway, yes, cronk fedjag,
yes,
or featherg would probably be the way the more familiar way.
And
but
nothing in the place name that hints at the umber pit that is there, which is
hill
how
of
I
the
ended
plover.
up there. So there we go.
And several others that we could. Well, yes, let's look at the cronks. There's a Cronkadoul, O'Doul or O'Doyle's Hill, or the Hill of the Dark Stream. It could be as well. This is the name of the tumulus behind Balladoul House on the left bank of the stream, which is the boundary between Arbury and Mallow. And then there is several cronks. Yeah, we'll go through the cronks. The cronks of Arbury: Cronkbeg, Cronkmain, and Cronkmoor. Little, middle, and big hills. Those are on Ballagorn. Cronkdarach, or also in 1822 in the manorial roll, that was Knockdarach, which is Oak Hill. Then we've got Cronk Ballakendra, the hill of Ballakendra or Ballakindry on Ballacleg. Cronk Fedjag we've had. Cronk Lad. Second element seems to be the English lad, perhaps applied to a horse. Lad's Hill. And then Cronk Liac, the hill of the monolith or pillar stone, that's on Ballacleg. Cronk Lost, the burnt hill. Cronk Naclachan Bena, the hill of the white stones, that's also in Ballacleg. Cronk Shinach, that's the hill of the foxes. Cronk Thatcher, which is familiar to anyone who knows Colby, the hill of the Thatcher. Cronka Watch, that's down at Poolvash actually. Cronka Watch, the hill of the watch, and that's your Arbury cronks for you.
Gosh.
So there's quite a few cronks in Arbury.
And quite a few plovers as well.
Well, yes, there are.
Have you seen the leucistic hen harrier recently? I've seen it twice over the past couple of weeks.
I've only seen it once. But,
it's present.
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
It is. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hear more about mills and stuff as the programme progresses. But first, we will hear from Chasing Abbey, and this is Gorta, or Famine. And then we will hear from Go a Kalina, which I think was the Eurovision entry, it's a cracking piece of music anyway.
Manx Radio, saving family dinners from bad information.
for the glory. So we never forget you, our songs and our stories. So we never forget you, our songs and our stories. They told us that the disease was blight, but I've been hearing voices whisper at night. They whisper about ships full of life, sailing out and leaving behind. I'm feeling that thought, 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 I'm feeling that thought. They feast and then when the people go hungry. We never forget your songs and our stories. And all of this time it was just for the glory. So we never forget your songs and our stories. So we never forget your songs and our stories. They watched us suffer, they watched us die. They watched us leave and the land bled dry. It's all for nothing, what a waste of life. The type of shit that keeps you up at night. I'm feeling that thought, 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 I'm feeling that thought.
Who wants to be told that their ancestors, great grandfather and grandmother, died on the side of the road with the grass stains in their mouth? They were treated like animals.
They feast and then when the people go hungry. We never forget your songs and our stories. And all of this time it was just for the glory. So we never forget your songs and our stories. So we never forget your songs and our stories. Never forget your songs and our stories. So we never forget your songs and our stories.
Guller's Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
В'язала, в'язала.
And that was Go Ah. Go Ah, I'm not sure is it A or A, is a Ukrainian folk-tronic band formed in 2012, and the band represented Ukraine in the Eurovision Song Contest in 2021, performing Shum. They placed 5th in the final. So maybe that one wasn't a Eurovision one, but it sounds as though it could have
sounded
been.
very, very Eurovision.
Yeah. Well, no banjos in that, but there were some banjos in
banjo before
Gorta with Chasing Abbey. Yeah.
Just noting a big boat in the bay there.
Big
By
boat
guy.
in the bay.
Big boat in the bay. Yes. And, my word, just out of nowhere, like Mr. Ben, a banjo appeared.
Marvellous. Yeah.
And so I'm just going to update our loyal listeners of how far I've come over the last several months since I bought a scotch of banjos.
The banjo has been quiet for
It
the
has been
last 2 or
quiet.
3 shows, hasn't it?
And
So,
I've been really struggling with the traditional sort of African right-hand style, which is the claw hammer. So I do this every night for 10 minutes before I go to bed. However, you can do whatever you want with it. So I've sort of developed this sort of rolling style. This is more of a 20th century sort of pick.
It's getting better, yes.
Well, that's my own particular pick, and I've called this the Greneby Two Fingers.
Yeah.
And that's a little tune that I practice called Going Up to Ronnig to Shoot Some Guns.
Aye.
And it's no artistic license on that, it's based on fact.
Fact.
So there we go.
Well, that's wonderful.
Should we listen to someone who can actually play one of these
I
things
think maybe
proper?
we should. It's not time for
Appalachian Tune of the Day.
Tune of the Day. It is.
Yes, it is. And our loyal listeners will be going, my God, we had to wait till 24 minutes past 5 for this one today. Unless we stayed tuned specially for this.
Oh.
And today we've got Roscoe Halcombe. And he was born in 1912 in Kentucky. And this is a tune that was recorded in 1965. Now, Roscoe Halcombe really is a real legend of mid-20th century folk music in the Appalachian Mountains. And people like Arlo Guthrie, Bob Dylan would have, been loyal listeners to this chap. And particularly the way he sings as well, which is a bit Bob Dylan-esque. And so we're going to listen to a song recorded in 1965 by Roscoe Halcombe called Hook and Line.
Give me hook and give me line, give me that gal you call my got money fishing on a hot summer day, nice for over the fish got away. Throw it away, the hook and you wait around, fish roll and make some time.
that was very charming.
I'd say, yeah, it sounds more Ronnig than my Ronnig tune does, anyway.
Yeah, and a fine singer too. Yes.
You can see, he's very sort of nasal, so it's got that. Yeah, he was very distinct and very well known for that sort of type of singing, and he was quite unique. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bob Dylan sort of, adopted some of that style.
Yeah.
So it's still part of these great Appalachian folk musicians who were drawn upon for the American folk revival in the 60s. And it goes right the way up through Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, all the way up to Neil Young today. So
it must be time for a shameless plug about your programme that's coming up.
I was going to save that for another 4 weeks. It's 5 weeks. Well, it starts on June, I think. Yeah, it's Thursday, June the 11th for programmes 5, 6, 7 and 8.
Wow.
Can
we wait that long? Well, I suppose you can go back and listen
again.
It'll
be post-TV, yes.
You can listen again to 1, 2, 3 and 4.
You can. Available on Manx Radio, on the podcast, or at your usual service provider.
And what would the name of the podcast be?
It's on Island Life, New World, Old Ways, episodes 1 to 4.
Oh.
So we've got 5, 6, 7 and 8 coming up, which will be... So far we've already done initial emigration, folklore and superstitions, the history of the banjo, which was a bit niche but had to be done, and then we did religion. And the next 4 are going to be particularly centred around the 18th and 17th century, about the Manx emigres, the language that they spoke, herbalism, early medicine, the music that they'd made or listened to and the songs they would have known. And in programme 8, we've got a couple of surprise guests coming in just to chat along, and who have American connections. And we're just going to culminate it all and conclude. And hopefully by the end of these 3 hours and 33 minutes of programmes, people will be able to listen to it and draw what they know as a Manx person or as a Manx associate today, because there's always some aspect that we're going back to the 17 and 1800s with, which would be Fenordries or this flitter dance or certain language, little sayings and stuff like that. So it's quite comprehensive, and it will culminate on Thursday the 2nd of July, and it's 2 days before the 4th of July, which would be America's 250th birthday of independence. So that's an interesting one. So it's going to culminate at quite an apt time.
And there's something else happening. Not only is it the American independence,
but the day after.
Around about the same time, there's a celebration of 250 years of Cobham's Bridge. Do you know where that is?
Of course there is, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mention the 1047th Tinwell Day the next day.
Well, I could have mentioned that. But
of course, the Cobham's Bridge, yes.
And I
saw that going by.
hoping to speak to Aubrey and Russian commissioners about that in the next week's programme. I haven't told anyone yet, but yes, I'm hoping.
And thank the Lord, the bridge is still there.
Well, it is, and there's a story to that too, which involved people like Miles Walker pulling up on the bridge the day it was due to be demolished. Pulling up with his milk float, and various other stalwarts of the parish sitting on the bridge to stop them pulling it down.
Good on them.
Yes,
proper old 20th century stuff.
So we'll get to hear a bit about that later.
Yes.
Anyway, it's time for the weather, so let's have a listen to some of these fellas.
Scroll less, no more. Manx Radio.
And that, of course, means it's time for our brief update on the weather. And Bordulaxon, Hudsmu, Fine Lair, a man, Lesh Gia, Nya Hui Fast Namenach, as Temperale Smoo, Queg, Celsius Jeg, Fost Bordulak Fudnae, Houdston Gia, Tudjum Gus Fes, as be a Bordulak Satajak Jaloon, as Esh Higga the Ve Nusmu Grianach, as be Shalon Grianach on Jamut.
Remaining cloudy overnight and the wind will fall. Minimum temperature 7 degrees. Your bank holiday Monday will be a cloudy start with sunny spells developing in the afternoon with light to moderate northerly winds, which might have a bit of a chill with it, even though it's going to be allegedly 14 degrees Celsius.
Well, indeed. So, we had our little Manx jingle, which tells us that we're going to have a Manx track, and I've gone for Fair Hamag Yuch, and we'll talk about that shortly. But this is by Barul. And it's not the liveliest of lively on the Barul Stakes, but it's lively enough.
Galas Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
Quina dan your juke to town at just an alien. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield. Quina dan your juke to town at just an alien. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield. She chan and Lauren cheer on outs and nothing did. Stow a Lauren bird just na heart could see. She chan and Lauren cheer on outs and nothing did. Stow a Lauren bird just na heart could see. Quina dan your juke to round a high and oxen. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield. Quina dan your juke to round a high and oxen. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield. She nudging like a goose tie odds and nothing did. Cause the mela toast of the man in she nudging like a goose tie odds and nothing did. Cause the mela toast of the man in Quina dan your juke to Grimmocken and Dalu. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield.
Quina dan your juke to Grimmocken and Dalu. Quina dan your juke to Jane who wish to yield.
She's tired and cheer and hats and nothing yet. Struggle tired more than a man in need. She's tired and cheer and hats and nothing yet.
Struggle tired more than a man in need.
Quina dan your juke to Castle Lion Bannon. Quina dan your juke to jail a week to yield.
Quina dan your juke to Castle Lion Bannon. Quina dan your juke to Jane who wish to yield.
She royalty and lion hats and nothing yet. Lie like the birch of majority. She royalty and lion hats and nothing yet.
Lie like the birch of majority.
Quina dan your juke to Yataken and Railtis. Quina dan your juke to Chain and Wish to Yield.
Quina dan your juke to Yataken and Railtis. Quina dan your juke to Chain and Wish to Yield.
Jawigany and a short hats and nothing yet.
Hey!
But a soul of cheer for the man in me. Jawigany and a short hats and nothing yet.
But a soul of cheer for the man in me. Quina dan your box to pour a drink of birchie. Quina dan your box to call for tourist cheer. Quina dan your box to pour a drink of birchie. Quina dan your box to call for tourist cheer. She tea a catching vine and has and nothing lit. Deborah Jackson brew like the jolly sea. She tea a catching vine and has and nothing lit. Hey! Deborah Jackson brew like the jolly sea.
Oh, that came to a sudden halt. So, Fair Hamag Yuch is, well, Fair Hamag, the fellers of the bush, which in Manx tends to mean people born out of wedlock. The B word, which we're not to use on the radio, and then yuch, it comes from the word juch, which means avid, gluttonous, greedy, insatiable, and voracious. It can also mean biliousness, nausea, queasiness, sickliness, squeamishness, negativity, and rejection. But I think in this case it's the avid, glutinous, greedy, insatiable, voracious person. So yes, the greedy.
Not the best attributes.
Greedy begins with
More like
B.
accusations and attributes, aren't they?
Yes, and cracking
Marvellous.
song that by Barul. So let's find out.
Let's
about
get our
these mills.
walking
Are we
boots
ever
on.
going to get to?
I think we got till Christmas, yes.
Yes, we've got time enough. Trailer you.
Let's go down the Silverburn River. So and look at all the mills. Just looking at what water power can do on the Silverburn River. Look at all these sort of trades and industries that go in. We've got churning butter, grinding of bark, powder, earth colours, polishing agents, snuff. Bet you didn't know they made snuff in a mill in Silverdale.
Oh, right.
In Silverburn. Fulling, scutching, carding, cotton spinning, paper making, spade production, and even driving a Victorian water wheel. So that's all the sort of things that can go on. So we did the upland mills, which is like Gaccan and up the Greneby. And we've gone from Greneby Bridge down to taking the footpath down to Mullinacarty. Now, if you want to know where Mullinacarty is, it's where the Cub Scouts often, even these days, they still camp there. So you get to cross four ways, head north past Balaun, and as you go down to the dip, where the bottom of the Balamoda there, just on the left-hand side, is Mullinacarty. And basically it's just four walls now, but what it was built in 1739, and it's a fulling mill. And fulling is different to tuck mills. They both make a right old racket because there's lots of banging going on.
Yeah.
But it's flax breaking.
Oh.
I believe you've had a little bit of history of flax
Yes,
production. And of course,
yes.
just to explain what flax is, it's not like cotton. It's similar to cotton, but you get linen from it.
You do,
Which
you
is a
do.
marvellous material.
I remember for a couple of years we tried to grow this when I first started to work at Cregneish. And the one thing I remember is if you ran your hand down the stalk of these things, it was very easy to get a kind of a cut on your hand.
Barbarous?
Because it was quite very solid sort of a thing. Which is what you would expect from linen. You want it to be strong, and it was very easy to get a cut on your finger when you were pulling at this stuff, because of course, even though we only grew, I think it was about 1/8 of an acre of flax, you had to pull it by hand. It wasn't to be cut because you wanted all the fibre.
You get the roots as well, right down at the bottom.
And we managed to cut it and got it bound into sheaves, and then put the sheaves in a retting pool, which you're supposed to do just to kind of allow it the outside to kind of rot down a bit, so that the fibres in the middle would be left for you to pull out. Well, I think we might have left it a bit long because, by golly, it stunk when we got it out of the pool. And the first year was a dead loss, so we left the things to dry and put them in a big bonfire. And it was, by golly, they burned well.
So you didn't even get a handkerchief out
No,
of it?
so we didn't get anything the first year. We didn't really get very much further the second year, and after that, we stopped growing flax at Cregneish because it's a lot of work. An awful lot of work.
An awful lot of work. As you say, it's got to be wetted, then it has to be dried out, and then you've got to bang the chaff off all the wooden parts of it, and then you've got all the carding as well, so it goes through basically like a bed of nails as well. And that's to get the actual flax fibres at the end of it. So there we go. I was always surprised there's I don't really see flax growing anymore. It all must have been dug up and thrown away after
yeah.
the flax days. But there we go, Mulnacarty, 1739. That's really quite an age, that is. So that's wonderful. Then if we go over the road and head south down the Silverburn River, we come to the Craig Mill, also known as Silverdale Mill today. This mill has been built on because it goes back to the Abbeyland's day. So it's the Cistercian monks who started this mill off. So it's been there, up to several hundred years in some form. And my word, what a sight it is these days.
And did the Cistercians put the gnomes in it? I remember. Do you remember going and there was all the gnomes in the mill, and they were all driven by the water wheel, and they were doing various things. They were digging or fishing or moving up and down. Anyway, these gnomes, and
they might have been deemed as some sort of pagan icons, not acceptable. Who knows?
or scaring the living daylights out of the poor young children going to see them, maybe. But yeah, I thought it was a wonderful thing as a child going to Silverdale to see the gnomes. Anyone else with a recollection of that? It's probably not too late to text into the programme if you wished.
Indeed.
But we'd better hear for a piece of music, and this is Ed Sheeran with Camera.
You should see the way the stars illuminate your stunning silhouette. You're glowing in the dark. I had to count to 10 and take a breath. You think that you don't have beauty in abundance, but you do, and that's the truth. You're frozen in motion, a perfect picture in a frame. Some visions don't ever fade. I don't need a camera to capture this moment. I'll remember how you look tonight for all my life. When everything is black and white, your colors exploding. There's something in the way you shine. I don't need a camera when you're in my eyes. You should see the way this night is unfolding beautifully for us. It's getting late, but I don't mind. We'll take this in until the sun comes up, and I think that what we have is like every dream I had came true. Lying here with you, a photo could not show the way my heart is beating, babe. Some visions don't ever fade. I don't need a camera to capture this moment. I'll remember how you look tonight for all my life. When everything is black and white, your colors exploding. There's something in the way you shine. Oh, I don't need a camera when you're in my eyes. And then a flash is gone, but I'll keep holding on to every little detail in the fabric of the night, never letting go of it inside. I don't need a camera to capture this moment. I remember how you look tonight for all my life. When everything is black and white, your colors exploding. There's something in the way you shine. I don't need a camera when you're in my eyes.
And that was Ed Sheeran with Camera. And Andy, does remember. He says, I remember the creepy, trauma-inducing gnomes, and I'm not nearly as old as you are either, Phil. That's from Andy in Pittsburgh, of all places. So maybe he'll be listening to your shows about...
Yes, do go on to the podcasts and let us know if any Manx American anomalies you can hear on there.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
Excellent stuff.
Hopefully
there you are,
I'm
Andy.
not.
There's a suggestion.
Hello, Pittsburgh.
Yes, indeed. So,
we're still at the Craig Mill, also known as the Silverdale Mill. And as I said, the Cistercian monks started this off, so we're going back several hundred years. And as you're heading south down towards the mill race, which is now the Boaton Pond, it's an absolute marvellous mill leat that they've going on there. It starts off so small, but it's absolutely beautifully dug and the sluices and all that sort of thing, so you can stop and start the waterfall. And of course, it's powers a Victorian watermill as well. So I believe it was probably a grain mill of some sort, but it may have changed all sorts of uses because water power is water power, and you can do whatever you want industry with it. So we'll leave the Silverdale Mill there and head south a little bit more, and about halfway down before you get to the Monk's Bridge, we've got the Ochre and Umber Mill. And that started off in 1767. This building's still there. And again, that was a flax mill. And then in 1833, it became the Ochre and Umber Mill. So we were talking about Umber before because we were talking about Cronfedjag, which was a boggy depression of moorland in the South Barrule, on the south slopes of South Barrule. And that's where some umber was come from. And Balown Farm as well. Balahot, they have umber pits there. But ochre and umber, which is a really fascinating process. So you got your water wheel and you grind in millstones. They'd be horizontal as well, but you'd put the stone and the raw material in there and basically pour water, which would then the centrifugal force would crush the material, and the actual dye itself, the ochre or the umber, would then fall into these pots, basically like big sinks, and you'd have all this coloured water in there, and you just have to wait for it to dry out. And when the water was given off, you were left with ochre and umber, of course, which are beautiful paints and good for dyes, for textiles, etc. And the umber, they seem to be doing quite well with the umber because that's the name of the warehouse on the North Quay of Castletown, which isn't there anymore. It was called the Umber House. So there we go, the Ochre and Umber Mill. Originally a flax mill in 1767, but then converted in 1833. So there we go. Have we got time for any more?
Well, it depends. We've got about a minute and a half left. So maybe if we leave, unless you've got a very quick...
just one thing, food for thought here. Yes. At the bridge, you'll head past, you're heading south, you're going past the Monk's Bridge, then you get to the other little bridge where the ford is. Carry straight on down and get alongside the Russian Abbey there. And if you look at the big gable there in the stonemasonry, just have a look at it. There's two little small windows now. I think they are bricked up now. I don't know. I can't remember now. But there is a mill. And even in the displays inside there, we were working there a couple of years ago and went inside the building. We're going, yes, this was a mill. And sure enough, it is the Abbey Mill. Oh, it would be nice if MNH could present a little bit of a better detail with it. Not to criticise them, they've got a lot on their plate. But there is an Abbey Mill. And you can see remnants of it actually in the river when the river's low.
Yeah.
There's lots of limestone in there.
Well, there we go. Well, Bobby Bob is ready.
Limbering up.
Poised to tell us all about very interesting things. He always tells us about very interesting things.
He's a very interesting man.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to listening to that as I travel to St Mark's. But we've got two songs coming up. We've got Donna Summer, I Feel Love, and Fields of Gold by Eva Cassidy. Himshu.
Gullas Gaccan, brought to you by the Gaelic Broadcasting Committee.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down, as you lie in fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.